Imagine facing your greatest enemy and feeling nothing but calm and control. Sounds impossible, right? Well, the ancient Stoics mastered this art, and today we're diving into their powerful strategies to help you deal with enemies in a way that transforms adversity into strength. These aren't just ancient philosophies, they are practical tools you can use every day to handle conflicts and negativity. In our fast-paced world, challenges and conflicts are inevitable. Whether it's a toxic colleague, a critical family member, or a rival trying to undermine you, enemies can disrupt your peace and drain your energy. But what if you could navigate these conflicts with the same wisdom and serenity as Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus? What if you could transform the way you perceive and react to adversity, turning it into an opportunity for growth and resilience? Throughout this video, we'll explore 7 Stoic strategies that not only help you manage your reactions, but also enable you to emerge stronger and more composed. By the end, you'll have practical, actionable techniques to deal with enemies effectively and maintain your inner peace. If you find value in this content, hit the subscribe button and don't miss any part of the video. Let's embark on this transformative journey together and unlock the ancient wisdom that can change how you think and live each day. Strategy 1. Practicing indifference. Picture this. You're at work and a colleague is spreading malicious rumors about you. Your initial reaction is anger, frustration, and maybe even a bit of fear. What if this affects your reputation? But imagine if you could approach the situation with the calm and collected mindset of a Stoic. The ancient Stoics believed in the concept of indifference, the idea that external events, including the actions of others, are beyond our control and should not disturb our inner peace. Focusing on what you can control, your own reactions, can significantly diminish the power others have over you. Instead of letting your colleagues' actions dictate your emotions, you practice indifference. This doesn't mean ignoring the problem. It means choosing how you let it affect you. By not reacting impulsively, you maintain your composure and respond with clarity and calm. For instance, when you hear the rumors, instead of confronting your colleague angrily, you might decide to address the issue with your manager calmly, presenting your side of the story without being emotionally charged. This controlled response not only preserves your peace, but also enhances your credibility and respect among your peers. Imagine this scenario visually, a split screen showing one person reacting angrily and another person embodying Stoic principles, responding with calm and thoughtfulness. Such visuals can illustrate the stark contrast in outcomes based on different reactions. But how do you develop such indifference? Next, we'll delve into the power of understanding and empathy. How can seeing through the eyes of your enemies transform your perspective and reduce conflict? Stay tuned to learn this powerful Stoic strategy that can help you handle adversities with grace and wisdom. Strategy 2. Understanding and empathy. Think about a time when someone wronged you. Maybe a friend betrayed your trust, or a co-worker took credit for your work. Your immediate reaction might be anger or a desire for revenge. But what if you could see the situation through their eyes? Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself that everyone is driven by their own motives and struggles. By understanding their perspective, he found empathy even for those who wronged him. When dealing with enemies, understanding their motivations can drastically change your perspective. This doesn't mean you excuse their behavior, but it helps you see that their actions are often driven by their own fears, insecurities, or misunderstandings. For example, if a co-worker is undermining you, consider the possibility that they might feel threatened by your competence. Instead of responding with hostility, approach them with a conversation to understand their viewpoint. This can diffuse tension and possibly turn an adversary into an ally. To illustrate this concept, we could show a scenario where two people are in conflict. Then, with a thought bubble or animation, reveal each person's underlying fears or motives. This visual representation can help viewers grasp the importance of understanding different perspectives. Understanding and empathy can turn conflicts into opportunities for connection and growth. But what about maintaining your own integrity and moral principles when faced with adversity? In the next section, we'll explore how maintaining virtue can help you deal with enemies while staying true to yourself. Stay tuned to discover the next powerful Stoic strategy. Strategy 3. Maintaining virtue. Imagine a Roman general in the heat of battle, surrounded by chaos and enemies. Despite the turmoil, he stands firm, guided by a steadfast commitment to virtue. This historical figure embodies the Stoic principle that no matter the external circumstances, one must always act according to virtue. This was the essence of Stoicism practiced by Marcus Aurelius, who ruled with wisdom and integrity despite facing numerous adversities. When dealing with enemies, it's crucial to maintain your integrity and moral principles. This means responding to hostility with virtue, not vengeance. For example, if someone is spreading false rumors about you, instead of retaliating with equally harmful actions, you uphold honesty and fairness. Address the situation directly, but with calmness and respect, making it clear that your values remain unshaken. This approach not only preserves your dignity, but also often disarms your adversaries, showing them that you won't be dragged down to their level. A powerful visual for this concept could be a scene split into two. One side showing a person reacting impulsively and angrily, and the other side showing someone maintaining their composure and acting virtuously. This contrast can highlight the strength and respect that comes from maintaining virtue. But how do you keep such steadfast control over your actions and emotions? The key lies in understanding what you can control and what you cannot. In the next section, we'll dive into Epictetus's teachings on focusing on control. Stay tuned to learn how this principle can empower you to remain composed in the face of any adversary. Strategy 4. Focus on control. Imagine being in a situation where everything seems to be going wrong. Perhaps you're on a flight that's been delayed for hours, and to make matters worse, the person next to you is being extremely rude. Your initial impulse might be to react with frustration. But what if, instead, you focused solely on what you could control? This was a key teaching of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who believed that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. Focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, and your actions, can be incredibly empowering. When facing an enemy, this principle can help you maintain your composure and make rational decisions. For instance, if someone is trying to provoke you, instead of reacting impulsively, you take a moment to reflect on your response. By controlling your reaction, you prevent the situation from escalating and keep your peace intact. This practice can be as simple as taking a deep breath before responding, or as complex as strategically planning your actions to align with your long-term goals. A compelling visual for this concept could be a chart or diagram showing two paths, one leading to chaos through reactive behavior, and the other leading to peace through controlled responses. Short video clips, of stressful situations, followed by calm, controlled reactions, can also help illustrate this principle. Consider how you react in stressful situations. Do you focus on controlling your responses, or do you let external events dictate your emotions? Reflecting on this can help you apply Epictetus's teachings in your own life. Maintaining control over your reactions is a powerful tool, but what about the emotional baggage that often accompanies conflict? The next section will explore the importance of practicing forgiveness. How can letting go of grudges not only free you, but also disarm your enemies? Stay tuned to discover the next transformative Stoic strategy. Strategy 5. Practicing forgiveness. Think about a time when you held a grudge against someone. Maybe it was a friend who betrayed your trust, or a colleague who undermined your efforts. Carrying that resentment can be exhausting. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, taught that forgiveness is not just a gift to others, but a way to free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. Practicing forgiveness when dealing with enemies can be incredibly liberating. It doesn't mean you condone their actions, but rather that you choose to let go of the negative emotions that weigh you down. For instance, if a rival at work has wronged you, holding on to that anger can affect your performance and peace of mind. Instead, by forgiving them, you reclaim your emotional balance and focus on your own growth and goals. This approach not only reduces your stress, but can also disarm your enemies, as they may expect retaliation, but are instead met with unexpected grace. To illustrate this concept, visuals could include a metaphorical image of a person breaking free from chains labeled anger and resentment, symbolizing the liberation that comes with forgiveness. Short video clips showing real-life examples of people overcoming grudges can also be powerful. Ask yourself, is there someone in your life you need to forgive? Reflect on how holding on to resentment affects you, and consider how practicing forgiveness could improve your emotional well-being. Forgiveness can transform your emotional landscape, but how can adversity itself become a tool for personal growth? The next section will explore how Stoics use challenges to build resilience and strength. Stay tuned to uncover how facing your enemies can make you stronger. Strategy 6. Using adversity for growth. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who faced numerous setbacks and failures on his path to inventing the electric light bulb. When asked about his thousands of unsuccessful attempts, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset reflects a key Stoic principle, seeing adversity not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth and resilience. When facing enemies, the Stoic approach encourages us to view challenges as opportunities to build character. Every difficult encounter is a chance to practice virtues like patience, courage, and perseverance. For example, if a competitor tries to sabotage your work, instead of being discouraged, use the situation to enhance your problem-solving skills and resilience. Embrace the challenge as a way to test and improve your abilities. By reframing adversities as growth opportunities, you can transform negative experiences into powerful learning moments. Visuals could include a montage of famous individuals who overcame significant adversities, along with inspiring quotes. A chart showing the correlation between adversity and personal growth, with real-life examples, could also reinforce this concept. Reflect on a recent challenge you faced. How did you respond? Consider how you might reframe similar situations in the future to focus on growth and learning rather than frustration. Turning adversities into opportunities for growth can be transformative, but how do you find common ground with those who oppose you? In the next section, we'll explore the power of seeking common ground and how it can reduce conflict and foster cooperation. Stay tuned to learn this vital Stoic strategy. Strategy 7. Seeking common ground. Think back to the famous Christmas truce of 1914 during World War I. Amidst the brutal conflict, soldiers from opposing sides emerged from their trenches, sang carols, exchanged gifts, and even played soccer. This extraordinary event reminds us that even in the most extreme situations, finding common ground can foster peace and understanding. When dealing with enemies, seeking common ground can be a powerful strategy. Instead of focusing on differences, look for shared goals or values. For example, if you have a colleague who constantly opposes your ideas, try to identify a mutual objective, such as the success of a project or the well-being of your team. Initiate a conversation that highlights these shared interests, and you might find that cooperation becomes possible. This approach not only reduces tension, but can also transform adversarial relationships into productive collaborations. To illustrate this concept, visuals could include images of historic peace treaties being signed, or clips of opposing sports teams coming together in moments of sportsmanship. Charts that show the benefits of cooperation over conflict could also be effective. Ask yourself, who in your life do you often clash with? Can you identify any shared goals or values with this person? Reflect on how focusing on these commonalities might improve your relationship and reduce conflict. Finding common ground can change the dynamic with your enemies, but how do you consistently apply all these strategies in your daily life? In the final section, we'll bring everything together and discuss how to integrate these Stoic principles seamlessly into your everyday routine. Stay tuned to learn how to make these transformative strategies a natural part of your life. As we conclude this exploration of Stoic strategies for dealing with enemies, let's reflect on the journey we've taken together. Picture yourself as Marcus Aurelius, facing countless challenges yet remaining unwavering in his principles. You, too, can navigate life's adversities with the same wisdom and calm. We began by discussing the power of practicing indifference, learning to focus on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. We then moved on to the importance of understanding and empathy, seeing through the eyes of those who oppose us to transform our perspective. Maintaining virtue, even in the face of hostility, ensures that you stay true to your values and integrity. We explored how focusing on control, as Epictetus taught, can empower you to remain composed under pressure. Practicing forgiveness allows you to free yourself from the burdens of resentment and anger. Using adversity as a tool for growth turns challenges into opportunities to build resilience. Finally, seeking common ground can transform conflicts into opportunities for cooperation and mutual understanding. Think about the enemies or challenges you face in your own life. How can you apply these Stoic strategies to improve your interactions and maintain your inner peace? Reflect on which principles resonate most with you and how you can integrate them into your daily routine. To reinforce these lessons, consider visuals that summarize each strategy, perhaps with icons or symbols representing each Stoic principle. Short clips of historical figures or modern-day examples applying these strategies could also be impactful. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic wisdom. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights. Embrace these principles and watch how they transform not just your interactions with enemies, but your entire approach to life. Remember, the path to wisdom is a journey, not a destination. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive even deeper into practical applications of Stoic philosophy in everyday life. Until then, stay strong, stay wise, and keep striving for excellence.